Hello, beautiful souls, and welcome to my channel, Roseology. So today's reading, we are looking into the month of April, this Aries season, and happy birthday to all of my Aries / Taurus babies, because we will be moving into Taurus season towards the end of April. And I told you guys I would be going back to the individual zodiac sign messages for April, but I didn't have enough time to finish all of those by April, and it's crazy because I actually ended up filming like a quarter of the signs for the month of April, and I didn't get a chance to finish it. But I still wanted to look into this month's energy. So obviously, this is a general reading, meaning that it will resonate with who it is meant to resonate with. It will not resonate with everyone, okay? So tarot as well does not control your life. If you hear something that you do not like and think that you're just doomed to live that reality, you are not using my readings correctly. My readings are here for confirmation, not answers, because guess what? Only you have the answers. So realize that at the end of the day, your free will and what you choose to do with it will determine your outcome, not a pick a card reading on YouTube, okay? And that's not me downplaying tarot. That's just me being honest about what you should expect here. I don't want you to think that you're coming across some wise sage that's just going to tell you things that you don't know, because that would be me selling you a lie. It's not the case. You know, whatever comes through and actually ends up resonating with you that's how you know that it's meant for you, okay? Now, I kind of wanted to go over that because I know there's a lot of new people to spirituality, and I just wanted to make sure that people are understanding exactly what these readings are for, because some people get upset when they come here and they hear things that they don't want to hear or that they're not ready to hear, and that's exactly what tarot is going to do. It's going to read you to filth, you know? So be responsible, be accountable, and use this as a guide to help decipher the messages that your spiritual team has been trying to send you all along. Let me also say I am not taking personal readings at this time, and I have not in the last couple of years. So please don't get scammed by people posing as readers in the comments, because it's damn sure not me. Let me also say too, my Patreon account will be going live around the first week of April, and I'm so excited to connect with you guys more personally up there. I will be going over all the prices and tiers that I'll be offering in a video pretty soon, just so you guys know exactly what you can expect. For those of you that want to participate in this meditation, let me just say, like I always do, that this is a general reading for the collective. So in order for this reading to resonate with you, you need to be synced into the energy of this reading. To help you do that and to help you select a pile with your third eye and not your physical ones, I'll be offering a 60-second meditation. 30 seconds into that meditation, I'll be placing crystals for my clairvoyants that like to pick piles with objects on them. And after the clairvoyant pile selection, there will be a clairaudient pile selection where I play a different tone for each pile, and you can select a pile based off of which tone resonates with you the most. If you're drawn to another pile, that's because there's another message for you in that pile. So if you are ready, get into a relaxed position, become aware of your entire body, starting with your feet and working that awareness up in sections from the feet to the head. Then take a deep breath in through your nose for around 5 seconds. Hold that breath for 3 seconds and then exhale for 6 to 7 seconds. Then ask your guides, spirit, ancestors, the universe, or all of them to connect you to your higher self so you can hear the divine messages meant for you in this month of April. So this is pile number 1, pile number 2, pile number 3, pile number 4, and pile number 5. And we'll start. The very first stone that we have here is azurite and malachite. On pile 2, we have a Botswana agate. On pile 3, we have the dendritic agate. On pile 4, we have hemomorphite. And on pile 5, we have onyx. Okay, so hopefully that meditation was enough time for you to pick a pile and tap into your own psychic awareness. Let me take this time to thank your guides, my guides, our higher self, and beautiful spirit for these messages today. Now let's see what April has in store for you, and I will meet you over at your pile. Pile 1, welcome to your reading. So we are starting off with your tarot cards, and then I'm going to be shuffling some additional oracle cards on camera after we check out your tarot cards to see what is going on with your April, what's in store for you guys in terms of a lot of different areas of your life. So let's just get started. Very first card that we have here is the Three of Pentacles. Then we have the Queen of Cups. And then the Nine of Wands. And the Ace of Swords. And the Ace of Swords in reverse. Okay. So these final two cards I'll pull after I just look at the general energy for you surrounding your month. But these two cards over here will be answering some other questions for the month of April for you guys. So yeah, let's just get started with these four cards right here. So pile 1, I see you around people listening to them, learning from them, paying attention to them, but not necessarily absorbing them. Pile 1, from your end, you'll be in more of like listening mode versus talking and sharing and spilling and revealing mode. You'll be in the receiving mode while people give and open up to you, but you're not necessarily going to give and open up to them. So there's a lot of observing here with this 3 of Pentacles and then this Queen of Cups and this 9 of Wands. This 3 of Pentacles is screaming like, yes, I'm here physically, but I am not here emotionally. Some of you have emotionally detached or checked out of a situation or maybe a relationship. And at this point in April, you're sort of just going through the motions, doing what you have to do to be civil and respectful, but you are not really invested. Some of you are about to leave your job or transfer or retire, and so you're not giving it your all in these final weeks that you're there. Whatever this is, whether this is a job or relationship or something else, you fill in the blank when it comes to your own personal life. Whatever seems to be ending on your end, it's like you've checked out already. And so you're not trying as hard anymore in the month of April, especially with this 9 of Wands, which is saying, I've exhausted every single effort. I've done all that I can do. Now I've got to look out for me. So this just seems to be you pulling back from a careless person or maybe a reckless situation, somebody or something that doesn't care about their future as much, or this commitment as much as responsibility, whatever it is. Like I said, fill in the blank. It's hard to see because this is a general reading and a lot of people are saying it. But whatever this is, it's like they're not taking something as serious as you are, and you're aware of that. And so you're just like, okay, well, I gotta kind of protect myself in this situation. And so, whoever or whatever this is, they just seem to be pretty inconsiderate, and they don't even realize that you're not invested anymore. I see you being encouraged, though, to keep this to yourself in April with this Ace of Swords in reverse. Not revealing your hand just yet. So for example, if this is like a job that you're planning on leaving because they're not looking out for you enough, or they're not giving you what you deserve in terms of pay or position or responsibility, whatever, don't tell anyone right now that you are looking for another job or that you are planning on leaving. Do not tell anyone your plans just yet with this Ace of Swords in reverse. Some of you in the month of April may even be looking into or actually purchasing a larger sized vehicle like an SUV or a truck, and it looks to be like a black vehicle or a darker colored vehicle, midnight green for some of you. Really specific message coming through right there. But if you find yourself at the car dealership this month, everything will work out fine with that. I see negotiations going well, you being approved for everything that you need to get approved for, being able to agree on a good price, and as well as with this Queen of Cups right here, some of you will be experimenting with different diets possibly, or like supplements, maybe vitamins or collagen, for example. There's like a glow up though happening. There's a lot of glow up, expansive, Jupiter abundant energy happening with my pile 1s in April. You're pulling back in one area, but you are getting propelled in another area. Also, if you have any sort of soothing crystals, I'm seeing like the color blue, like baby blue, light blue, bluish sort of crystals. Try sleeping with them under your pillow or under your bed at night for more peaceful sleeps. Because some of you in April may notice some sleeping changes or difficulty falling back asleep if you accidentally get woken up in the middle of the night. So these crystals will help soothe your energy as well. Okay, so let's check out the good news heading to my pile 1s this month. Oh, look, we've got the 9 of Cups. This is like literally the card of good news. So that's interesting. That's pretty cool that we have that for you. So yeah, this is a wish come true. Pile 1, the majority of April will feel like a wish come true. Even though you are emotionally withdrawing from somewhere, this is actually a setup for a wish to be granted in your favor, as well as the number 9 may be a big deal for some of you guys. So that could mean like the 9th day of the month of April, or I don't know, maybe you've been at a job for 9 months or 9 years or 9 weeks. Maybe you've been like in a relationship or known someone for that amount of time. Something with 9 is coming up. But yeah, for sure, the good news coming to you guys is like a wish being fulfilled, a wish coming true. And let me see. Let me see. You know what? Oh, we could pull some charms, you guys. And this is the Charmcast Tarot, you guys. If you're interested in checking them out, I will leave the link down below in the description so you guys can check out the website if you wanted to purchase these or something like that. So let's see. Let me get a clarifier for 9. What is coming towards? What's the good news coming towards pile 1 with this 9 of Cups? Let's just get 3. Okay, so we have the Empress, then we have the Queen of Pentacles and the Knight of Wands. Okay. So some of you for sure, this could be like a baby getting pregnant. Obviously, that only applies for you if you want it, you know, like don't try to stick yourself, don't try to involve yourself in every single part of this message. If it doesn't apply, if it doesn't resonate, then it's not for you, okay? So, yeah, we've got the Empress here, the Knight of Wands, and the Queen of Pentacles. So with the Queen of Pentacles, this is all about really being grateful for something, really cherishing something for how sacred of a gift that it is. And it's a very high value gift. So this is something that is like not high value in like in terms of like material and money, but it's like something that's so sacred and it almost seems like it's given to you from some sort of like divine source. So this could definitely be a pregnancy for some of my pile 1s. If you're trying to get pregnant, if you want to start a family, if you want to have more kids, this could definitely be that. It just seems like something that you really have a deep emotional connection with, even though this is the Queen of Pentacles right here. And then we have the Empress, which is a lot like the Queen of Pentacles, but the Empress is the queen of all queens in tarot. And then we have the Knight of Wands saying that this is happening pretty fast. So whatever this is, it is definitely a wish come true, you guys. And that may be another reason why as well, you're kind of checked out of a situation because of this thing coming in very quickly. Oh, didn't I also mention you guys getting a car or something like that? We've got the Knight of Wands right here, so that could be something along those lines. And the Queen of Pentacles, which does represent the material realm. The Empress as well, she's ruled by Venus, that also represents the material realm. So this could be like a baby or like something along those lines, or it could be something very high value that's like materialistic. So this could be like a home, it could be like a car, something that's kind of like, I hate using the word expensive, but something that it just, you know, it costs a lot of money. So it's a very high value gift, whatever this is, but it's definitely a wish come true. So if you guys have been wishing for something, hopeful for something coming in that is high dollar, it's high value, and you intuitively selected this pile, you definitely have a really good chance of seeing that come to fruition in the month of April. Let's check out this hidden energy here, what you can't see. We have here the Ten of Wands in reverse. So pile 1. I wanna do the like the meme, the anti-oop, the anti-oop meme. I wanna do it. Do you see this? What have we been talking about your entire reading? You pulling back in one area while being propelled in another. This right here is proof of that. There is a major switch up in your vibration or your mood halfway through April where you feel a lot more optimistic about where things are headed because you're starting to see tangible physical results. You're starting out April with a few reservations and even a little frustrated, annoyed, agitated even, but there's this good feeling that randomly hits you too. And it's mostly when you decide to pull back from the situation over here, whatever that may be. Okay, so you guys definitely have some good things coming through. Let's see what sort of astrological energy is influencing you this month. Let's check it out. Is this 2 cards? Yeah, it is. But we've got Capricorn and we've got Sagittarius. So you guys could be a Capricorn or a Sagittarius. And then we also have here Lilith underneath the deck. So yeah, Capricorn and Sagittarius is very interesting. Capricorn works very, very hard for everything it is that Capricorn acquires. And Sagittarius is somebody that is a wanderer. It is an energy that shoots for the stars, but Sagittarius is ruled by Jupiter and Capricorn is ruled by Saturn. So this is like again, this is something coming through where it's like but also what these cards are telling me here is that your hard work is going to be paying off in April, because like I said, Sagittarius is ruled by Jupiter. Jupiter is the planet of expansion, good luck, abundance, gifts, excess, wealth, and as well as even a purpose and faith and things like that. And then we have here Capricorn, who says, I'm not afraid of the hard work, being ruled by Saturn. And so this could be like old karma coming in and paying you back, or it just could be your hard work finally paying off, which is a really, really, really good thing for my pile ones. Let's check out some overall energy for your month. Kind of wanted to flip over. We've got self-esteem here. I possess gifts of the soul that benefit me and others. Yeah. All right, let me get one more. Like I said, there's like a major glow up month for my pile ones. So this is just your self-esteem getting in check. This is you getting really close to your self-esteem. We have blame that fell out. I accept responsibility for my well-being, kind of like this Capricorn energy right here. And then we have courage. I find the inner strength to face fear with confidence. Yeah, so it's just a lot of confidence and self-esteem coming to you guys. You're not really going to be blaming yourself anymore. You're going to have a lot of courage to say how you feel, say what you need to say, go after certain goals and things that you want in the month of April even, especially with this Capricorn and Sagittarius energy right here. So for sure, you guys, there's just a lot of things kind of working out for you where it just, you may feel like you've just been blessed with good luck in the month of April, but it's actually not good luck. This is just, these are things that you guys have been due for a while, I feel like, with this Capricorn and Sagittarius energy right here. So yeah, this is just things coming into your life that were always destined to come into your life. I think there just needed to be a little bit of faith, and maybe even you just sort of putting in some effort and being a little bit more proactive and, really working towards it. But for sure, you guys have a lot to do with like your self-esteem, your courage, your confidence coming in this month, and really feeling better about your standing, feeling better about where you're headed, feeling better about what you are acquiring. It's just, you're going to start to see some wishes get fulfilled in April. Let's check out, let's get a card for my singles first, and then a card for my pile ones in a relationship. So for my singles, you guys got free yourself. It's time to take back control of your life. So I feel like for my singles, my pile one singles, this is all about, like I said, it's a glow up month. And so for my pile ones, it says free yourself. It's time to take back control over your life. We also pulled the Empress down here, as well as the Queen of Pentacles with these little charms. So for sure, what this feels like for my pile ones, my single pile ones, is that you guys need to just focus on making yourself feel good, making yourself feel sexy, whatever that means. If that means like getting dressed up in the morning for no damn reason, even if you're not going anywhere, even if no one's invited you out anywhere, getting dressed up, feeling good about yourself, and doing things that just make you feel better about yourself. Because like I said, there's a lot to do with your self-esteem, your confidence. Glow up month for you guys. This is a lot of glow up energy for my pile one singles. And as well as too, I feel like this free yourself card is also saying, stop worrying about your love life. If you are a pile one, if you have picked this pile and you are single, this card is also saying, stop worrying about your love life. It really wants you to focus on you feeling the best that you can and having the highest self-esteem that you can, so you can attract a high quality partner. That's very important for my pile one singles. Let's get one for my pile ones in a relationship. We have, this could be the one. You've already met the romantic partner you seek. Well, yeah, you're in a relationship, so hopefully that would be the case. And underneath the deck, we got love yourself first. Your self-respect makes you more romantically attractive. Something about this could be the one card for my pile ones in a relationship already, is saying that you don't have to try so hard. I don't know what it is that you guys could be trying so hard at. What was underneath the deck? Love yourself first. Don't try so hard. For those of you that pick pile one and you're in a relationship, don't try so hard to not necessarily make your partner happy, but kind of fit into maybe like the role or whatever it is that you think they need or want you to be. Stop trying so hard to fulfill that, because they're with you for a reason. They're with you for you to just be you. They love everything about you. They're attracted to you. So you don't have to try so hard. I don't know, you guys could be a little bit worried about something in your relationship right now, but you don't have to try so hard. Even though we have this Capricorn energy here and we've got courage and blame even, you guys may sort of find ways to blame yourself for things that literally have nothing to do with you, especially when it comes to your romantic partner. So yeah, don't try so hard. For my pile ones in a relationship, you don't have to try to be anything that you're not, for sure, okay? I'm so sorry, you guys. My battery died and I had to charge it real quickly. The screen may look a little bit different. The cards may look a little bit displaced, but you guys have already seen me pull all these cards and interpret them all. So with these cards right here, I'm just pulling some final messages or advice from your spiritual team for the month of April. Anything that they want you to know, hear, or receive for this month of April. So you can just sort of try to channel your own energy or channel your higher self's energy or your spiritual team's energy, your ancestors, guides. Look, we already have a message coming through. Look at this. It says, anchor, be hopeful and choose optimism. That is your advice for the month from your spiritual team. I'm actually being called to get one more card though. So try to focus on whatever sort of question you may have, or if there's a particular issue, anything that you want addressed. And let's see what your spiritual team has to say. My pile one's month of April. Ooh, oh, that jumped out at me. And then we have here the crab. Consider the unconventional and take a sideways approach. Okay, so this is your advice for the month, pile one. And then underneath the deck here we have moonlight. Pause for a moment. Someone or something is not unveiling their entirety. Yeah, okay. So we've got here anchor in the crab. And what I really feel like your spiritual team is trying to say to you is being optimistic may seem like a sideways approach. It may seem unconventional to you. At some point in time in the month of April, I think, didn't we already kind of talk about that? Didn't I say earlier that you guys are going to get hit with this just like wave of optimism or a change in your mood just out of nowhere? I think I did say that to you guys. I think that your spiritual team is just doubling down on that message where they're just saying, choose optimism, choose to be optimistic, choose to be hopeful, and consider the fact that things still have not played all the way out yet. You still don't really know how the pieces are going to settle. So hold out for any sort of negativity, any sort of pessimism. Keep that on the back burner right now and just allow things to sort of unfold for the month of April. But I think that this is really good advice from your spiritual team because they really just want you to stay optimistic. They want you to stay in this like high vibe sort of mood. And at the very least, if you can't stay in that mood, they just want you to remember that things can always, something can come in at the 11th hour and change the entire circumstance or the entire situation or the entire whatever it is that you may be going through right now or in the month of April. Things can change at any point in time. And so I think that's just something that's very important to sort of get through to my pile ones. But this is all that I'm seeing for your April, you guys. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Let me take this time to thank your guides, my guides, our higher self, amazing spirit for these messages. Hopefully you all come back to visit sometime soon. And until next time, please stay safe, healthy, blessed, and keep conquering the world. Bye, guys. Pile 2, welcome to your reading. So we're starting with your tarot cards. Then I'm going to be shuffling some additional oracle cards on camera over here. So yeah, let's just get started to see what your April has in store for you. So we have here the very first card is the King of Wands in reverse. Then we have the Ten of Cups. The Queen of Pentacles. And the Ten of Pentacles in reverse. All right, so we'll be checking out these two cards after I get the general overall, or read the general overall energy for your month of April with these 4 cards right here. So this card right here will be showing me what good news is on the way to you in the month of April, and this card all the way over here to the right will be showing me the hidden energy, hidden things that you can't see that's happening in the month of April. So we'll check these out afterwards. But just getting started with these 4 cards right here: King of Wands in reverse, 10 of Cups, Queen of Pentacles, and the 10 of Pentacles in reverse. Pile 2, first off, I see a major insecurity being settled or dealt with to the point that it doesn't even bother you anymore. I'm not sure what you've been addressing in the last few months or weeks, but whatever it is, you are healing it and you are handling it. Because your King of Wands is in reverse, he is subdued, and his energy right now is coming across as someone on the defense, ready and waiting for them to have to address or deal with something, but that moment never comes. And the longer that this king has to wait for something to pop off, the more he settles into his position, the more relaxed he gets, and the less wound up he is. So there's a wall being dropped in April simply because nothing's happening. Simply because your fears are not being validated, you know? And so there's a wall being dropped in April, and also because you're not afraid to be vulnerable with that part of yourself or your life anymore, because you're starting to learn and see, like, what I'm scared of isn't actually happening, or what I'm worried about isn't actually happening. Maybe this paranoia just lives rent-free in my brain, you know? And so it's like you get more relaxed with this, and you're ready to let people in and to show people that you're not afraid anymore. You're not afraid anymore. You're not worried about this anymore. You're not afraid of people anymore. You're not afraid of being seen anymore. And this paranoia is not controlling you in the month of April. The King of Pentacles, as you can see, is always on the ready. It's very easy to spark his flame and set him on fire. In reverse for you, Pile 2, this is a very good sign because you're not so influenced by that spark anymore. You're not so easily triggered anymore. And this leads to you being in a higher vibe this month. And it spills over into so many other relationships with this 10 of Cups right here. The 10 of Cups is so abundant in love and good tidings that it becomes legacy. The same way that the 10 of Pentacles is the card that represents it's so much money around, it's an abundance of money that it becomes legacy money. It becomes something that you are known for because you pass these things on. And you pass these things on because you have such a large amount of this resource or whatever it is. So, you know, you pass on this prosperity or you pass on this abundant love. And what you have to offer connects you deeply to the people in the world around you. So people in your friend and family group may say, like, you seem to be in such a great mood this month, or you may notice that you smile more in April. And it's mainly because you're not looking for a fight or a problem or something to address. You're not looking to heal something. So you're letting your guard down. This also will connect you more to your intuitive connection to the material realm with this Queen of Pentacles right here, where you are able to recognize the blessings and the gifts and the sacredness in so many things that's already in your vicinity. The month of April, you guys are going to be feeling so grateful and lucky and blessed if you allow yourself to see these blessings around you. That's what this Queen of Wands or this Queen of Pentacles is saying. She's saying the things that you already have in your possession are beautiful gifts, and you are going to really connect to them on a more subconscious level or emotional level this month. If your home is sort of monotone in color as well, try this month maybe like adding a pop of color to something. Get get like a statement pillow, or create some art, get some plants, paint a wall, hang some art, create some art. Definitely, if you are someone that loves arts and crafts, creating things, putting random pieces together, do that and hang these things around your home. Or if you have old pieces that you made or brought, but they have been lying in a closet somewhere or under your bed, hang them up. As well as too, if you guys are comfortable or already practice giving offerings and stuff to different energies or your ancestors, your angels, your guides, deities, anything like that. What I'm picking up from my pile 2s intuitively is that a really good offering this month is going to be something that you make or create with your hands. So it could even be like cooking a meal if you like leaving meals to your altar, or it could be creating something that you feel really proud of, that you put a lot of your energy into, you put a lot of your heart into, and you're your altar is really going to enjoy that. The energies present at your altar will really, really enjoy that. And you will too. And it'll be another way that you really connect on a deeper level to these energies, your cosmic team. So this Queen of Pentacles is also saying that you can develop deeper connections to not just spiritual beings, but even like physical people through the material realm, through the material world. And so, by giving gifts and things like that, exchanging, doing some sort of exchange where it's like, I really put my all into getting this gift for you or buying this gift for you, and I just want to show you that I appreciate you. There's just a lot of gratitude and appreciation that I'm seeing in the month of April, either that you need to focus on, or you're going to be in that energy this month where you're just like, I'm so thankful and appreciative. I just want to give you this gift and give you that gift, and you're not expecting anything in return. You just want to give because you're so appreciative. Or that's the energy that you need to be working on getting into in the month of April, one of the two. So yeah, something about this Queen of Pentacles definitely though says decorate your dwelling space with things that you feel so lucky, blessed, and grateful to have. The Ten of Pentacles in reverse is where it gets interesting for my pile twos, because it's saying that you may feel like you are on cloud 9 in this great high vibe energy. But be careful about physically giving that away. Be careful about overextending yourself while you're in this energy as well. Your spiritual team is advising my pile twos to keep most of this to yourself for the time being. There will be a time that comes where you are meant to share certain gifts and blessings with other people, like I was talking about earlier. But they want you to be more careful in the month of April, especially in the first half of April. They want you to sort of keep these things for yourself with this Queen of Pentacles. It's like they want you to get full off of this high vibrational energy first before you start giving it away. This is about filling your cup this month with gratitude and appreciation, and then starting to give things away so that the way you can put other people into this energy or mode of gratitude and appreciation and receptivity. So for sure, I kind of feel like your spiritual team is setting you up and teaching you how to get into abundant energy, which is very, very important if you are looking to bring in an excess of any sort of resource. Okay, so let's see the good news heading to my pile twos this month. We have here the Emperor card. Okay, so imitation is the sincerest form of flattery. I've always personally hated that saying because it's creepy as fuck to me that people imitate others that they like. But yeah, expected pile two. The month of April will have a lot of respect coming your way. People just looking at you and observing you as this emperor energy or presence and respecting you, even in a sense wanting to like be more like you. But the Emperor card is Aries energy, and we just moved into Aries season. And this is the start of the new year according to astrology, because it all starts with Aries season. So you have a lot of new foundations being cemented for you this month. You seem to be rested and able to take it on. There's also someone making a decision about you, or maybe you making a decision about something and that being like final. Like there's no back and forth or any changing of the mind. There's no going back. This is solid and dependable decision. So April for my pile twos is putting you in alignment to set up new foundations, especially if in 2020 you feel like you lost a lot of stability and didn't have much direction or assurance. That's starting to come in for you now. And I know a lot of people went through some really difficult times in 2020, but not everybody was struggling. For some people, 2020 was like an upswing for them. Interestingly enough, that's how time and the universe works. It works in mysterious ways. But yeah, for those of you that felt like you lost a lot of stability or security in 2020, there's foundations being set up for you right now in the month of April that you're going to be able to rely on throughout the rest of 2021. Let's check out the hidden energy that you can't necessarily see. So we have here the Seven of Swords in reverse. So some of you may be worried about someone else's loyalty, if they can be committed or loyal or trusted, but you can see right through them and they know it. They know that you can see right through them. They see you seeing right through them. So in April, you're not really worried about someone being honest with you anymore, because you know that whatever is done in the dark eventually surfaces and comes to the light. You may feel more protected, especially with this Emperor card right here. It's like their lack of loyalty doesn't just move you the way that it used to. Like we were talking about with this King of Wands in reverse right here. You're at the point now where you're just like, whatever happens will be, and I'll be just fine either way. Lots of strength here in the month of April coming in from my pile twos. Let's get a astrology card here to see what astrological energy is sort of influencing my pile twos in April. So we have here the first house, and we have Mercury. So we've got first house rules the body, it rules the personality. It's where your ascendant is, right? So the first house is all about how you present yourself to the world, and then we have Mercury here, which is all about communication, the perception, the mind, learning. Mercury also even deals with your neighborhood, and siblings. It can as well. So with Mercury here in the first house, what I'm really saying is it's really important for you to speak life into yourself. When you look at yourself in the mirror, to only talk about how amazing you are, how beautiful you are, how good you are. Like, it's really important, the self-talk, to pay attention to your self-talk in the month of April, because that's what's going to keep you in this like high vibe sort of energy. And that's where your spiritual team really wants you for some sort of important reason. Some of you may even have Mercury in your first house. You may have Mercury transiting your first house, or you may have some really big transits happening within your first house. Another thing too coming in again is this focus on decoration, this focus on decor. So it could be like I was talking about earlier, you decorating your house or you decorating yourself, putting a little bit more energy into your appearance this month, anything like that, that just sort of makes you feel good about yourself. Also, pile two, don't be afraid to reach out and ask people who have been in a similar position as you, what they did or how much they charged, how they got out of it, a strategy that they used. Don't be afraid to reach out and ask people for any sort of advice. Communication, asking questions, learning from the people around you will be super beneficial in April with this Mercury card right here in this first house card. And this month, you may also be really in your head because of this Mercury card and first house. So you may notice the want or need to speak faster. You may feel less patient, and your schedule may pick up drastically where you are a lot more busy, because Mercury is a very fast planet, and in your first house, the house of self, this is going to be the energy that you express, wear, or come off as in the month of April. Also, be careful of becoming this Seven of Swords energy in April, pile two, where because you are so busy or have such a hectic schedule or just a lot going on, or maybe you feel very dispersed, maybe your energy levels are kind of up and down depending on your mental state, be careful that you start cutting corners. You need to be on top of the details, and you need structure with this Emperor card. This Emperor card is saying integrity. That's what he stands for. That's what stability means. It means integrity. So this Emperor card is reaching out and saying, hey, create some sort of structural integrity within your life in the month of April, and do not waver from it. Don't try to cut through what you need to do just to get it done. Be careful about getting in the mindset of let's just get it done, if that means half-assing it, okay? Because the Seven of Swords is hidden energy, and he is in reverse, saying that this is not a good approach for you. Do things decent and in order, because you are setting up some sort of foundation in April with this Emperor card, pile two, and you need this to be organized, structured, and have integrity, so you won't have to come back around weeks or months later and deal with something that wasn't set up properly, okay? Let's get some overall energy cards as well for my pile twos. Self-talk is really, really important. Even when it comes to, we have here surrender, I can release my need to control. And let me get one more. And then we have here freedom. I possess the power and the free will to create my own happiness. Yeah, like I was saying, you guys, make sure that you're speaking a lot of life into yourself. Underneath the deck here, we have indecision. I use my intuition in all aspects of life. So, yeah, just make sure that you guys are really speaking this life into yourself. And it's funny that we have the surrender card here, because we also have the Emperor card here, and he's in the position of the good news that's coming into you. So maybe this Emperor card here is dealing with some dual energy, where it's like you gain some sort of maybe a better grip over something by surrendering to whatever is happening that seems like you don't really know how it's panning out or what's going on, or whatever the case here. As well as too, like we were talking about with the Seven of Swords in reverse, you guys may feel like somebody is not necessarily as loyal, or you may be worried about that. But there's also this dual side to the argument with you guys, where this King of Wands is in reverse and is saying, well, if you're not trustworthy, fuck it, I can't be worried about it. This is you guys like being like, yeah, that could be happening, but I can't sit around like a worried little mouse and just be paranoid all day and stressed all day, because it's going to affect you physically. We have the first house right here. It's also going to affect you mentally with this Mercury card right here. So it's really important for you guys to surrender to that. That the way you guys have a lot more mental freedom and a lot more emotional control as well. You'll have a lot more mental and emotional control. You won't feel so destabilized mentally and emotionally because you're not being as triggered by these fears or this like worry of like, can I trust this person or not? Or can I trust the situation or not? So your spiritual team really wants you to surrender to that. Don't worry about it. Or if you are worried about it, just surrender to it. Just be like, you know what? Yeah, that's a possibility. But I mean, what can you do? Your spiritual team kind of wants you to throw your hands up with someone or some sort of situation. So let's get a card here for my pile 2 singles. Let's see what's going on with you guys. We've got separation. Interesting. Time apart from your partners on the horizon. Well, I mean, if you're single, you're already separated from someone, right? And then we have here underneath the deck, you deserve love, you are lovable. So for my single pile 2s, I don't think that this is saying time apart from your partners on the horizon, unless you sort of have someone where it's like, I might be alone, but I'm not lonely, you know what I mean? So maybe you kind of maybe you sort of have some casual things going on, maybe where it's just like more physical, it's not really like an emotional connection or anything like that. You may be called to sort of separate from that in the month of April, or they may be called to sort of separate from that in the month of April for whatever reason. Don't worry about it. It's not necessarily something that you're doing wrong, but some of you may be ready for more commitment or looking for more commitment and not looking for something that's so casual, because a separation card for singles, it just feels like you want time apart from either dating in general, or you want time apart from these casual situationships because they're just not getting anywhere. And you're sort of ready for things to get, oh yeah, and then we got the Seven of Swords right here in reverse. Yeah, some of you guys are just kind of like, I don't want to do this casual thing anymore. I kind of want something that I can depend on. You guys are really looking for more reliability in the month of April. Let's get one for my people in relationships. And we have here flirt. Extend your lighthearted energy to others. Well, not outside of your relationship. Don't do that. That might cause some issues. And then underneath the deck for my people in a relationship, it is safe for you to love, open your heart to give and receive the highest energy of all. So pile 2 for my pile 2s in a relationship, we have the flirt card right here. This is what, like I said, your spiritual team wants to keep you in this high vibe energy. And especially if you are somebody that struggles with commitment issues or trust issues, it's real, because this Seven of Swords energy is hidden from you in the month of April, meaning that there could be something that triggers you, like we talked about, this King of Wands in reverse, something that triggers you, but make sure that you come back to that logical place where it's like, you know what, if it is happening, I can't worry about that. I cannot treat my partner as though they're doing something that I have no proof of and that I'm just suspicious of right now. And because your suspicion might not stem from anywhere valid or logical, and so it's going to be really important not to put blame on someone that hasn't done anything, because that's just one surefire way to push away your partner. You don't want to do that. So it's really important to stay in this lighthearted energy with your partner, even if you feel like something is off. Either talk to them about it, or just kind of throw your hands up in the air like, what am I going to do? But try to remind yourself and your partner of like why you guys got together in the first place. That's what I feel like you guys sort of need for my pile 2s in a relationship, is sort of doing things where it's like, this is why we got together in the first place, or this is why I fell in love with you in the first place, or this is, like do things that make you guys laugh, things that you guys used to do when you were younger, especially if this is an older relationship. Resort back to like those older moments and those older times where things were a little bit more lighthearted and a little bit easier, and they weren't so bogged down all the time with like maybe talk about bills or talk about the kids or talk about work and this and that and, you know, all these other responsibilities. Remove your responsibilities for a minute. Approach your partner one day and be like, hey, let's take off from being adults for a second. You know, like just today or just for a couple hours, like let's go out or let's do this. Let's just sort of forget about being adults and let's go do something fun. Like let's go do something reckless. Let's take off from work today and go get drunk and go to the beach. I don't know, just something sort of youthful. Do something youthful. Let's see. Yeah, I did. Okay, let's get the final message from your cosmic team for my pile twos. So you can focus on a question, you can focus on an issue, or you can just focus on your energy, trying to channel your own energy or your spiritual team's energy as I shuffle, because I'm going to be trying to contact your spiritual team for some last advice for the month of April, some advice or some messages for the month of April. What your spiritual team wants to say to you. All right, so we have here the dolphin. Embrace your inner child, like what we were just talking about. Do something fun. That was for my people in a relationship, but maybe this might be for my pile twos in general. Embrace your inner child. Do something fun. It's crazy too because I actually have a inner child reading that I'm going to be working on whenever this new deck shows up, because it's like I cannot wait to do like an inner child reading or a message from your inner child, because I feel like we just have so much shit still going on from our childhood. But I want you guys, my pile twos, to embrace your inner child that's not wounded, that's not hurt. Like I said earlier, this is not about you like focusing on healing necessarily in April. This is for you guys sort of getting to a place where you throw your hands up and you just say, I can't deal with this. I cannot mentally deal with this. Embrace your inner child. Embrace the part of you that just likes to have fun and laugh. Let's see, let's get one more. I think this one wanted to turn over. And it says here, find strength in solitude. This is the card Island. So some of you guys may need to even get okay with being alone, being by yourself. Underneath the deck here, we have wisdom is found in truth. Finding strength in solitude is, like we talked about earlier, you guys finding reasons to be so appreciative and grateful for everything it is that you have, despite these little fears and trepidations and, you know, maybe like past memories that may still be sort of swimming around in your subconscious. This is all about you guys getting to a place where you're like, you know what? Yeah, I could worry about the past. Yeah, I could deep dive into my subconscious and needing to heal this and work on that. But it's really important for you guys to find that happiness and that appreciation, even if you're alone, and finding a reason to just smile and laugh and be lighthearted. That's really important for my pile twos in the month of April. So you may feel yourself sort of getting, like we talked about, this King of Wands getting triggered and wanting to go back to a heavy place or having heavy conversations and diving into past things, heavy things that happened in the past. But this is honestly about, in the month of April, kind of putting that to the side for now and just focusing more so on the reason that you are so blessed right now. Because like I said, your spiritual team, for whatever reason in the month of April, they want you in this high vibe energy. I don't know what it is, but that's just where they want you. Okay, so this is all that I'm saying for my pile twos in the month of April. A lot of really good things for you guys in the month of April. Let me take this time to thank your guides, my guides, our higher self, amazing spirit, for these messages. I pray you have a beautiful, amazing April. Stay safe, healthy, blessed, and of course, keep conquering the world. Bye, guys. Pile 3, welcome to your reading. So we are starting with your tarot cards. I'm going to be checking out the first 4 tarot cards just to get a overall sense of the general energy of your April. And then these final 2 cards right here, this card to the left will be showing me the good news coming towards you in the month of April. And this card all the way over here to the right will be showing me hidden energy for your month of April. So let's get started. Very first card that we have here, pile 3, is the Hierophant in reverse. Interesting way to start. Then we have here the Two of Pentacles, also in reverse. And then the Eight of Cups, also in reverse. And the Three of Wands, also in reverse. Okay, so we've got all reversals for you, pile 3. Quite interesting. And it honestly feels very freeing. Well, a sense of it does anyways. It's like the air is a bit lighter and you're not feeling so heavy. So March must have been quite exhausting for some of you. You may have felt like you were emotionally being flung back and forth between some highs and lows in March. But in April, you may be looking for physical, visible signs of God within some sort of situation with this Hierophant in reverse right here. And I see you mainly wanting to know if you should leave. Now, that might be just a specific message for some of you. Obviously, this is a general reading, so it won't resonate with all of you, and you probably won't resonate with the entire reading because different parts of the message are going to be meant for different people. But with this Hierophant in reverse, some of you are wondering if you should leave. Maybe a relationship, a situation, a job, fill in the blanks. For leaving where or who or what. But whatever sign you are looking for and waiting for God to send you, the universe is saying that you don't need a sign with this Two of Pentacles in reverse. You're literally juggling all the reasons or answers that you need to make up your mind. You're juggling them so much that it's like you switch off on reasons. So it's like you'll go from this reason to that reason, and depending on how convenient it is and if it works for your situation at the present moment in time. I see you sort of going back and forth and using things to your convenience. If you want a certain outcome or if you want to do something in a certain way. You've got all the reasons and answers that you need to make up your mind. You need to come to terms with not wanting to act on those decisions with this Eight of Cups in reverse and the Three of Wands in reverse. I'm going to keep it real with you, pile 3. Asking for confirmation seems to be like an excuse to not make a move, where you can say, well, I want to know that this is the right decision for me before I necessarily act on it, which is fine. But at what point will you take all the information that you're gathering and start putting it together so that the way you can actually make a move? The month of April is the time for you to start piecing together everything that you know and coming to your own consensus. You don't need this other validation with this Hierophant in reverse. Hierophant in reverse asks, why do I need their clarity? Why can I not validate myself? What's the difference between your say-so and mine's? The Hierophant in reverse wants to challenge the norm. This is a moment of the spell breaking in which power dynamics become more evident, and you may start to question why things are the way that they are, or why am I doing things like this, or why is that the answer that I'm accepting for myself? This Three of Wands is a big moment as well of reflection happening in April, where you have to look at the facts of what you know and what you are doing with what you know. It'll bug you the most in April because you'll want so badly to act, to make a move with all this Aries energy. Three of Wands is represented by Aries energy. We just moved into Aries season. So this is you reckoning with your own truth, pile 3, and you reckoning with your own inability to actually make a decision and stick to it or move with that decision. So you know what you need to do or what you want to do. You just have to do it and stop waiting for things to feel right with this Hierophant in reverse, because it's a cop-out. I'm going to keep it real with you. You have nothing to worry about. But if you are looking for things to worry about, you're going to find them. This is such a relief. April is, it's like, because all these reversals here are saying the only holdup here is you. We're just trying to get you on board, but everything seems to be in alignment or in agreement and pointing towards one direction. And you're the only one that's like, well, let me wait for some other things to pan out first. Don't miss your moment, pile 3. April is a moment for you. It's very clear that you have two options here. If you are waiting for another option to pop up or more clarity to come in or more information, confirmation, that's not the energy that you need to be in. Get out of this waiting mode and at least start creating a plan, implementing a plan for the foreseeable future. Even if you cannot act on it right now, start making plans for what you would do if you were not waiting for something else to pan out. Some of my pile 3s have been in denial in a sense. You really don't want to accept something with this Eight of Cups in reverse. You don't even want to consider the option of walking away with this Three of Wands in reverse. There's a biasness here in the signs that you listen to. For some of you, you only take heed, or it's only believable for you when you receive bad signs, bad omens. Others of you, you only listen when it's messages and signs that you want to hear. Like I said, you're juggling this information in the Two of Pentacles right here, as though it's like you only listen to certain things when it's convenient for you, when it sort of is in alignment with your own opinion and your own perception. So stop judging the signs and just listen to them instead. That's what April really, really, really wants you to do, is like, don't judge the signs. Don't try to make them fit. Just listen to them. Just observe them, take them in, and, do what you will with it later on. But as of right now, don't try to make these things fit. Okay, really, really important. Let's see the good news coming towards you guys. We have here Nine of Swords in reverse. This is great. This is really great. Okay, so another card is in reverse for you, but this is talking about you avoiding the mental frenzy this month. The good news in the month of April, pile 3, is your mind being very strong and secure, in the sense that I see you keeping it real with yourself. I see you unable to lie to yourself. I see you saying to yourself, if I want it, then I'm just going to make it happen. Period. Instead of you feeling down on yourself, like, why can I not do this? Why do I always drop the ball? Why don't I ever make a move? Why do I keep going back and forth? Why am I so indecisive? Instead of you getting down on yourself like that, I see you challenging yourself and saying, if this is so uncomfortable, then do something. If I really want it, then I'll do it. So there's this acceptance of, I'll move when I'm ready. There's you coming to this realization of, things aren't working against you. You're the one that's sort of stopping yourself from moving forward and saying, like, if I really want this, I'll do it. Instead, back in the past, you used to look at it as like, I'm not moving forward. You used to juggle these circumstances and say, well, I'm not moving forward because of this reason, or I'm not doing this because of that reason. And you would juggle them back and forth depending on which one was more convenient and more believable for you, depending on which one you could actually subscribe to, But in the month of April, you're not going to be able to lie to yourself. You're just going to be like, listen, I'm not seeing any progress or any results in this area of my life that I really want to see change in, because I'm not showing up in the way that I know that I can. Like I said, there's this acceptance of, I'll go when I'm ready. April is wiping away all of that confusion and procrastination and excuses in this Two of Pentacles right here. And you are keeping it all the way real with yourself. Like, I'm not doing this yet because I don't want to, not for any other reason other than me. That's what I love about the Nine of Swords, is even though this person feels like they are being tormented, there's an element in this card that says, but it is all in your mind and you are not your thoughts unless you choose to be. How comfortable or uncomfortable you are in April will be solely up to you, pile 3. Let's check out the hidden energy for you. We've got here the Two of Swords in reverse. Two of Swords in reverse. So all of your cards are in reversal. I'm really actually loving this for you. I don't know why, but I'm loving this. Again, this is you coming to terms. Two of Swords is the card of, what do I do? I can see the pros and cons on both sides. So what do I do? Again, you already know what to do. And so the card of what do I do in reverse is also saying, I already know what to do. I just don't want to take the lead right now. The hidden energy here is actually quite apparent. The Two of Swords says, I'm struggling with these two options right here, so let me cover my eyes and ears so I cannot hear or see. So all I can do is focus on what I'm feeling and thinking and sensing. All I can focus on is what's right in front of me. So she blocks out her two senses. So all she can hear and see and be with is herself. In reverse, she says, use your eyes and your ears because it's right in front of you. In reverse, she says, take those blindfolds off and drop those two swords because the answer is literally sitting right in front of you. So again, the answer is right in front of you, pile 3. It's just a matter of you necessarily accepting it. Some of you as well in the month of April, not even the month of April, maybe in the month of March, you had a very contentious relationship with maybe your family or a sibling or a parent or a step parent, where you sort of were working on some inner child wounds possibly, or some old painful memories possibly. And you may have felt this energy of like, if it wasn't for your bullshit, I wouldn't be in this predicament. But I see you in the month of April sort of being ready to take your power back and saying, like, even though my parents or my family may have dropped the ball over here, I am able, or I have the opportunity right now to show up for myself. And I see you guys taking that lead. I really do. I see you guys really taking that lead in the month of April. Let's check out astrological influences for the month of April, you guys. And we have here waxing gibbous moon. Okay. And we've got Taurus. All right. So I just feel, and then underneath the deck we have last quarter moon. So some of you guys working with the last quarter moon or the waxing gibbous moon will be very beneficial for you versus working with the new or the full moon, for both of these cards to show up. So yeah, this could definitely be you guys working with the waxing moon or a last quarter moon. To bring in some things or to release some things, to let them go. But yeah, and we also have this Taurus energy here. So you could be a Taurus because we also have the Hierophant. There's some stubbornness that you're working on releasing and letting go. You're definitely working on releasing and letting go, removing this stubborn energy from your life, because the only thing that you are blocking is yourself. And you're coming to realize that. And you're not approaching it in a way where you're cruel to yourself or you're judgmental with yourself, but in a way where you're actually quite nurturing with this Taurus card right here. And even this waxing gibbous moon, I just see you guys coming to an emotional place, like an emotional, a place where you're emotionally accountable and you are mentally accountable. And you're saying, like, even though these are the thoughts that I'm having, these are not my thoughts. I don't have to take this on. I don't have to become this. I don't have to believe this to the point that I literally cannot make a move. So I really think that in the month of April, you guys are really working on thinking and doing for yourself and not being so impacted by anything that may have happened in the past, in your childhood, with your family, with your parents. You're just done blaming other people. You're done blaming other people and you are ready to take this on yourself because you can handle it. Taurus is very strong energy. It's very, very strong energy. And like I said, we also have the Hierophant right here. So this is very strong energy coming through that is saying you can stand up on your own 2 feet. Just do it. Just do it. As well as with this Taurus card, you guys, I just heard prepare for luxury. I don't know if somebody's trying to spoil you guys this month. Somebody may be trying to spoil you this month, or maybe you're trying to spoil yourself. I don't know. But I just heard prepare for luxury. Let's see some more overall energy for you guys for my pile 3s. Prepare for luxury. I'm not sure what that means. Maybe that'll, clarify itself later on in the reading. Somebody wants to wine and dine you guys, or you're doing that for yourself. Let's see, look, happiness. Yeah, I'm aware that being happy means that I'm on the right path. Okay, let's get one more. And then we also have doubt. I release the need to know all the answers. What were we just talking about? You don't need to know all these answers. You don't need anyone else to tell you something that you already know. You already know. Then we have imagination underneath the deck. I embrace and nourish a creative aspect of my mind. You guys, you legit already know what you need to do. It's just a matter of you guys actually being real about that. Like I said, there's a little bit of denial here that's still, it's like residual energy though. It's not, you guys aren't heavy in that denial anymore. Not the way that you were in the last few months. Now you guys are more so like, you're feeling a lot more mentally stronger and tougher, and like you're getting to a place where you're exhausted at the fact that you keep coming up with these excuses. It's like you're getting tired of yourself finding all these damn excuses. And I just see you guys just being like, all right, either I'm gonna put up or shut up. That's just the reality of it. And I see you guys, because this happiness card is right here, I see you guys actually getting to a place where you actually start putting your money where your mouth is. And you actually make those changes. And it makes you very happy because you've been doubting yourself for a very long time. You've been doubting yourself. That's why you keep coming up with these excuses, because you've been doubting that you are enough to fix something or change something in your life. But in the month of April, a lot of you guys, a lot of my pile 3s are just going to be like, fuck it, I'm just going to do it. I mean, what's the worst that can happen? I'm already unhappy. And it's going to really turn around your mood. It's going to really turn around the way that you feel about yourself and about life. You're going to be so proud of yourself. And you're going to be really shocked by yourself too, really stunned. Let's see, let's get a card, a relationship card for my single pile threes. And we have here honeymoon. Enjoy the bliss of holiday time together. Some of my single pile threes, you're just having fun right now, and that's just it. You're not really looking for anything any more serious than just a fun time. You're just looking for a good time, not a long time, and that's just it. And then underneath the deck, we have here, love yourself first. Your self-respect makes you more romantically attractive. So, yeah, with this honeymoon card too. Oh, wait, didn't I say somebody wants to wine and dine you? Yeah, I said I heard with this Taurus card, prepare for luxury. Somebody may be trying to take you on a really nice trip or take you on out to eat at a really nice place. Somebody wants to wine and dine my pile three singles. And I think you guys should let them do it, especially with this, your self-respect makes you more romantically attractive. Like, let this person take you out. Let them wine and dine you. Let them pay for things. Let them do this for you. Because somebody really wants to do this for you. And it's not... they're not on no funny shit neither. They just want to do this for you. So let them do it. Pile three singles, let them do it. You got my pile three singles. Y'all might meet somebody with like, that's just good with money. You know, they got like a lot of money, or, well, obviously if they really want to spoil you like that, they clearly have just some money just laying around or something. But my pile threes, I also did see that with this Taurus card right here. For my pile threes, you guys are just going to be looking physically attractive in the month of April. And so you may catch a lot of people's attention in the month of April. Let's get a card from my pile threes in a relationship. We have, look, a child just talking about, yeah, you guys are going to be looking good in the month of April. I don't know what y'all are doing. Maybe it's like because it's getting warm. Maybe it's like this sundress weather, you know, whatever it is that guys wear when it gets warmer. I don't know what's going on, but my pile threes, it's like there's just, you guys are just physically, you're just that, you're just going to be, yeah, you're going to be pulling in a lot of looks and stares. And it says you attract romantic love by enjoying this moment fully. So for my pile threes in a relationship, and underneath the deck, we have you deserve love. You are lovable. So for my pile threes in a relationship, focus on getting back to a place, or not even getting back to a place, but just kind of, especially if you've been in a relationship for a while and your partner's used to like maybe seeing you in like, I don't know, sweatpants when they get off from work or something, or, you know, whatever the case. Surprise them. Surprise them a couple times this month. Surprise them a couple times by just dolling yourself up maybe, or telling them like, hey, you know, just surprise them. This attraction card is just saying like, surprise them. Maybe text them and be like, I made some reservations later on tonight. I'm not going to tell you where, but just be ready by this time and I'll pick you up and, you know, we'll do that. Like, kind of spoil your partner by spoiling yourself. If that makes sense. Spoil your partner by spoiling yourself. Because your partner is going to really love when you're in this vibration of you taking care of yourself, because that's when you're going to feel the best about yourself. And when you feel the best, your partner also feels that way. As well as too, with this attraction card, find something that you and your partner both enjoy in the month of April and do that. Like, so if it's like let's just say that your partner loves sports and you hate them and they want to go see a game or something, like, don't give them a hard time. Go with them, go on the game, and really get into the present moment. Like, really try to get into it. Ask them questions about, well, what does this mean? What does that mean? Like, really try to get into it or something like that. That was just an example, you know, obviously. But yeah, just do something that is just surprising. Surprise your partner. That's the advice that I'm getting from my pile threes in a relationship. Let's see. Let's just pull one final card here from your spiritual team so you can focus on a question or an issue. All right, you guys. So focus on your spiritual team. Okay, we've got, oh, that's funny. Okay, so we've got mangroves, get grounded, extend your roots, and gain stability. And then we have sandcastle, it's only temporary. This is funny. And then underneath the deck, we have high tide, energy is rising, emotions are escalating. There's something that my pile threes really need to take the moment to enjoy, because there's something with this sandcastle card. It says it's only temporary. And as you can see, the sandcastle, it is beautiful, right? But the second that a wave reaches it, it's destroyed. And I feel like that's very, especially with us having high tide underneath the deck. Energy is rising, emotions are escalating. This is telling me that at the flip of a dime, if you do not have your emotions in check in the month of April, you could ruin a very beautiful moment. And not just you, it could be anybody else around you, where it's like, let's say that you're the sandcastle and somebody comes in with some sort of like, they're just on this emotional rush and they come in like a fucking bat out of hell and they just ruin the day, or they ruin the vibe, they ruin the moment. So this is to say that your April, your happy moments in April are quite fragile if you do not have your emotional self in check. And a lot of your emotions are going to be controlled by your doubts, pile three, like we already talked about. So it's really important for you guys to get grounded, stabilize yourself. Don't be going back and forth. This is not stable. This is not stable energy. You need stable energy. This is 2 energy. You need 4 energy. You need stable energy. So it's really important for you guys to get stable, and you get stable by picking a decision and sticking with it, not going back and forth. You guys doing this back and forth, it makes you have doubts. And those doubts, they creep in and it causes anxiety, it causes worry, and it causes you to lose a lot more of your emotional control. So even when you're having a beautiful moment, there's a beautiful moment happening, your emotions come in like a really intense wave and sort of destroys everything. So it's really important to get grounded, you guys. That's the final message there from your spiritual team. For my pile threes here, but this is all that I'm seeing for my pile threes. You guys, I pray that you have such a beautiful April. Let me take this time to thank your guides, my guides, our higher self, amazing spirit, for these messages. Hopefully you all come back to visit sometime soon, but until next time, you guys, have a beautiful April. Go after your dreams. Don't let your happiness get snatched away from you. Stay safe, healthy, blessed, and keep conquering the world. Bye, you guys. Hello, pile number 4, and welcome to your reading. So we are starting with your tarot cards, and then I'm going to be shuffling a few additional oracle cards on camera. Now, these first 4 tarot cards right here will be showing me the general overall energy of your month of April. And these final 2 cards right here, this card to the left will be showing me the good news coming to you in the month of April. And this card all the way to the right will be showing me the hidden energy that you don't see sort of working underneath the surface in the month of April. So let's get started. The very first tarot card that we have here is the 3 of Cups in reverse, and I'll also be pulling some more oracle cards as well later on after we're done with your tarot cards here, if I didn't mention that already. And then we have the next card, the High Priestess. Okay. Every time the High Priestess shows up in a reading, I always like get the shivers, like, ooh, like the High Priestess. I don't know what it is, but she just packs a punch every time I see her. Next card that we have is the Page of Cups in reverse. And then we have here the 5 of Cups. We got a lot of cup energy for you this month, pile 4. Interesting messages coming through pile 4, but there may be some people or opportunities that approach you this month, and it will be best for you to say no, because right now some of you are in a space where you need to move on. You're too stuck in the past to accept what you've been asking for. And the thing is, I see some of these offers approaching you, offer of friendship, of love, support, companionship, but you being too worried about what happened is kind of throwing a wrench in the situation. Do you see how the 3 of Cups is in reverse here? And if you look at the 5 of Cups over here, he's looking down at what? We've got the 3 of Cups, And then we've got the Five of Cups, and he is looking down at 3 cups that have fallen over. And we have your 3 of Cups in reverse. So you're still stuck on this. You're still stuck on this 3 of Cups in reverse moment. So for many of you, this is your struggle to believe that people want to be around you or in your life or friends with you without there being some sort of ulterior motive. You cannot get over how people in the past had a motive and you didn't see it until it was too late. April wants my pile 4 still struggling or grieving the past to focus on accepting what happened, and for those of my pile 4s that have been actively working to heal your fears of accepting new relationships and people into your life. These opportunities are hitting this month. Some of you are worried about the genuineness of someone or something. Like, do I accept them or let them in? Because last time I wasn't as careful. Last time I wasn't as cautious, and look at where I'm at now. So some of you feel like you are in a worse off position after these relationships, but the High Priestess showing up for you says she'll be that contrasting voice and opinion to your grief in the month of April if you are struggling with moving on. She's going to be there to remind you that this was never a friend or a partner to begin with, so it's nothing to grieve. You didn't lose anything. You didn't lose anything. It's nothing to even grieve because you didn't lose anything. They were never your friend. That was never your partner, because a friend wouldn't do that to you. A friend wouldn't hurt you, and a partner wouldn't hurt you. So there's nothing to grieve, and I see her trying to remind you of that in the month of April. So it's like she's trying to get you to see that, hey, you're actually better off here, not worse off. Would you still want this type of energy or person in your life? You know, like, you have a decision to either listen to the grief and pain of the past or the hope and sense and logic of your intuition. And I know it sounds weird to group intuition with logic, but for my pile 4s this month, your intuition is going to be giving you another way to see things. Instead of looking at what's happened with such a gloomy lens, your intuition is going to be trying to offer you some hope and meaning and reasons to look forward and reasons to be proud and content with how things played out. There may also be some weird tension for some of my pile 4s with a friend or a friend group. It's also 10-10 right now. Let me just say that. So that may be a significant number for my pile 4s. But yeah, there may be some weird tension for some of my pile 4s with a friend or a group of friends where you can feel something is off, but no one really wants to put it out on the table. You may be feeling less social or active for a large part of April. Your friends may be talking amongst themselves, wondering what's going on with this or that. They may try to peek inside your brain or your emotions to see how you are really feeling about something. But you feel so reserved, like you're not ready to share or talk about how you are feeling. So this is either you being able to feel your friend's energy and they feel off, or they're able to feel your energy, but neither of you guys are expressing what you're sensing from the other person. Some of my pile 4s, this could be reversed, where you have a friend or two going through a difficult time, or maybe a breakup and you don't know the right things to say. So maybe you choose to stay away and allow them to come towards you when they're ready. But because everyone is so intuitive in this group, it's like everyone knows there's a lot not being said and someone wants or needs support, but they just don't know how to ask for it in the month of April. So I would say, no matter which side you fall on, to take the initiative and ask your friends what's wrong if it's them going through something, or reach out to your friends and say, hey, I might not be available over the next week or this month. I kind of need some time to myself, or I need some advice. I need someone to vent to, or just someone to talk to. You getting it out on the table will release a lot of pressure that gets built up behind people not saying what they're sensing or feeling. Let's check out the good news coming to you guys. We have here the Hangman in reverse. Okay. You're finally getting off the cross pile 4. Someone is helping you. Someone is helping you release some really uncomfortable and kind of nasty energy. And like I said, this happens when and if you decide to open up and reach out and offer yourself as a shoulder to lean on. Or you open up to tell people in your life, hey, I need help, but the pressure is being released. Another piece of really good news is you finally feeling understood by someone in your life that you possibly felt cut off from. It's this conversation. in April for my pile fours that can move mountains if you can get through that awkward or difficult conversation. It'll relieve you of a lot of stress and you will feel closer to someone or more understood by them. You'll feel like you have a good support team for once if you can get out of this Five of Cups sort of like energy. Let's see what's sort of hidden from you guys. We have here Judgment in reverse. Okay, so what you don't see here, like we talked about, there may be a couple of people in April, or you may be one of them that feels some type of way without saying it. You may think that you know what someone else feels, or they may think that they know what's going on with you. Be very careful with that because you won't know a thing until you guys address it. There's so much misinformation on both ends because no one's addressing anything. The only thing that your intuition is picking up accurately and correctly is like something's off, something's up with them, but everything that you start filling in the blanks with after that is completely off. So don't fill in the blanks with anything besides like something's off. Don't try to say like something's off because of X, Y, and Z. You don't know that. You don't know what X, Y, and Z is. You can feel that something's off, but you don't know why it's off. So don't try to fill in the reason for why something's off. Allow that person to explain for themselves what's going on. This Judgment in reverse is given a stiff warning to not project your feelings onto anyone else, and understand that if you are not being vocal about what's going on with you, that others may project onto you what they think is going on. But other than that, though, staying in the house for many of my pile fours seems so revitalizing and like your cup of tea in the month of April. There's going to be a specific few days this month, and it'll be difficult for each of you where your intuition is so loud that you just can't avoid it. When this happens in April, listen to it. It could be as simple as normally I take the drive through to pick up my Starbucks in the morning, but today something is telling me to walk inside with this High Priestess right here. I don't know, but it's like I feel like I should walk inside. You do it because you feel like it, and there's this person that you meet, or an opportunity that you come across, or a person that you meet that ends up becoming a real, genuine, loyal, good friend in the future for you. So let me also say, big message coming through here for my pile for singles is you may meet someone this month or have met someone that you think isn't into you anymore. So you may meet someone and then like maybe you give them your number and then they don't text you back or they don't call you or something like that. And so you think that this person isn't into you anymore with this Page of Cups and this Five of Cups right here. So that's not the case at all, pile four. You could not be further from the truth. Again, Judgment in reverse. There's just bad miscommunication here because there's no communication. Like I said, don't project. Just hit them up and ask. And if you feel too uncomfortable to ask them up front, then do not throw yourself into this Five of Cups frenzy thinking that like, oh, like they don't like me anymore. They don't want me anymore. I lost this. I lost that. Either clear it up with this person by communicating, or do not worry about it, pile four. These are your only two options to kind of keep it together. Oh, okay. Look at this. Look at what came through. 11th house. I was just shuffling the astrological cards to see what sort of astrological energy is really affecting you guys for this month. And so we have here the 11th house, and underneath the deck, we've got Cancer. We also have the High Priestess here, which is not ruled by Cancer, but it is ruled by the moon, and the moon rules Cancer naturally. And the 11th house is ruled by Aquarius and Saturn and Uranus. What I'm also picking up here with this 11th house and Cancer card is some of my pile fours may bring in some unexpected attention. You may wonder why everyone is so into you or drawn to you or interested in you, because you may be a bit down on yourself, but you could easily bring in a lot of attention this month, especially if you deal with the public, like maybe you're a content creator or a blogger, an influencer, or internet personality, because the 11th house rules the collective. So if you're already in the public eye, something you do or say could garner a lot of attention in the month of April. I mean, the atmosphere is just primed for this. So the visual that I'm getting here, though, is people being very drawn to you, or maybe like an old piece of artwork or something that they come across, or an old post that you made some time ago, some old work that you did a minute ago, and people are drawn to your energy in that, or how you looked, or how you come across. Even though at this present time in the month of April, when this happens, you may be in a down mood with this Five of Cups right here. You may be a bit gloomy when all this attention hits you. So it's like a wish comes true, and if you're not careful, you won't be very present during this wave of attention because you are focused on this Five of Cups past or situation. So it's like in private, you'll be feeling a bit down or sad. You may have been drawn to a separate pile as well in this reading that also had the message come through about a wish being granted. And if you were also drawn to that pile, I'm not going to say which one it was, but if you were drawn to that pile, you're already going to know what I'm talking about. So if you were drawn to that other pile, just know that that's your spiritual team's way of doubling down for sure and saying this will happen for you. For some of you, it will happen in the month of April or will begin to happen in the month of April. For others of you, it will happen after April, but they really want you to know this is coming in. But there's going to be a deep connection that could get established between you and a collective where this looks like fans, this looks like you developing a fan base, people that don't really know you, or they have this like surface level perception of you. You know, they don't know you very well, but they feel very deeply connected to you all at the same time, because Aquarius has an amazing way of doing that. If you are an Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, North Node, or you have a lot of Aquarius energy, a lot of 11th house energy, then you will already sort of know what it's like to be this people person, or where people are drawn to you, but you're not very drawn to people. You're a little standoffish, but people are just, they like gravitate towards you. So yeah, there's like this. It's like you could be developing a fan base, people that don't really know you, even though they feel like they really seriously know you. They feel very deeply connected to you. All they know about you is what you want them to see, but the masses are still coming in and being very attracted and interested and drawn to you. Cancer draws people in and makes people feel comforted, understood. So don't miss out on this beautiful opportunity because you are too busy being in this Five of Cups energy, okay? Okay, so 11th house is a house of friendship. It's a very public house. It's like the house that we feel almost powerless to because it controls the collective. So it's like like I said, you're gonna have this collective almost opinion that you feel like doesn't fit your truth. Or you may be having some sort of opinion about your group, your friend group or something like that, that doesn't fit their truth. It's going to be a month that's all sort of about like these, not surface level relationships, but it's like these relationships that they're not surface level. It's just that it's definitely more so like friends than a romantic partner. It could be a romantic partner, but with this 11th house showing up, it's more than likely your friends, especially with this Three of Cups right here. And then we have the Cancer card. So this is saying that with Cancer in the 11th house, that like we were talking about your entire reading, because Cancer is highly intuitive, highly sensitive, being a water sign ruled by the moon, it can really pick up people's energy because it absorbs people's energy. So like I've been talking about your entire reading, this is really important for you to make sure that you are not projecting what you're sensing, projecting what you're picking up intuitively onto your friends or the collective. And the collective means everything and everyone, even the internet. You know, it just simply means the public. Be very careful about thinking that just because you feel like something's off, that you know that something's off. You don't know that it's off. You just might feel that way. But it's really important to talk about it instead of just allowing that to sit there and fester. Okay? And just understand that if you're on the opposite side of this, that your friends are very intuitively connected to you in the month of April. This 11th house, your collective that you run with is very intuitively connected to you in the month of April, and they feel as though they can sense you. They feel as though they can pick up what's going on with you without you having to say anything. And if that is the case, they may start to develop opinions on what they think is going on if you're not filling them in on what's happening in your life. Let's get some overall energy cards for your month of April. Pile 4. Okay, so we look at this, relationships. Yeah, this is just you guys' pile is all about your relationships this month. It says, I'm attracted to those people who serve my higher good. Let's get one more. And then we have here, indecision. I use my intuition in all aspects of life. So indecision, what are you guys indecisive about? There could be a little bit of indecision that you're dealing with in the month of April. We have imagination underneath the deck. It says, I embrace and nourish the creative aspect of my mind. So, I feel like you guys may be very indecisive about your relationships this month. Very indecisive about like, maybe do I walk away from this relationship? Do I stay? Or do I bring this up and talk to them about this? Or do I leave it alone? Do I allow them to come to me, or do I go to them? Do I assert myself and pursue them, or do I let them come towards me? There's just a lot of like back and forth about how to handle your relationships in the month of April, because you're going to be so intuitively connected to your friend group. And then we also even have too, like I said, imagination underneath the deck. And like I was saying, just be very, very careful with this Judgment card right here in reverse about and worry was underneath the imagination card as well. So yeah, just be very careful about thinking that you know what's up. It's very important not to allow your imagination to get the best of you and to run away with thinking that like, oh my God, like they feel like this is what's going on. You can just really work yourself into a frenzy, into a Five of Cups frenzy, and that's not even the case. It's not even the case. And that's the thing. You're going to be let off the hook if you, that's the good news that's coming towards you. We got the Hangman in your good news position saying that, hey, if you just communicate this, you're going to be let off the hook. You're going to be let off the cross, where there's not going to be any more misinformation. Things won't be misconstrued anymore. But it's just a matter of you guys making sure that you are being completely upfront and honest and communicative about what's going on. Really, really important though, you guys. And it's funny because it says I use my intuition in all aspects of life. We've got the High Priestess card right here, the card of intuition. And so a lot of indecision could be coming from your intuition, like I said, just because you feel a certain type of way. So be very careful of that. Okay, let's get some romance cards for my singles and people in a relationship. We'll do singles first. Okay, that one must have just been, it just had to come out. We have here worth waiting for. Divine timing is at work in your love life for my pile 4 singles. And then underneath the deck, we have romantic feelings. Your feelings are real and worth exploring. What I'm getting here is romance is worth waiting for. Don't give up on romance. Don't give up on it just because it's not in your life right now. 11th house is also the house of wishes granted, wishes fulfilled. You may even meet a Cancer or possibly even an Aquarius, but for sure, a lot of this month of April is going to be you really focused on your relationships, focused on a lot that has to do with your relationships. 7th house, 11th house focus is going to be happening in the month of April for my pile 4s. And what I'm feeling like for my pile 4 singles is don't give up on romance just because romance hasn't happened for you yet. Some of you are just at your wit's end when it comes to romance. A lot of you with this 5 of Cups, this is coming through right now. This is an intuitive message for my single pile 4s. You are so sick of going out on dates and meeting people and thinking like, wow, we're really hitting it off. And then just something just falls through. It's like something just falls through between like that second and that third date. It's like you can't get past the second or the third date. And it's been like this for a while. And some of you are just at your wit's end. Like, I'm just so sick of these situationships. I'm just so sick of dealing with people that have no intention of staying. They come across one way. They end up being a completely different person, you know, with this 3 of Cups in reverse right here. And it's just like, where are these genuine people at in my life? But you guys, like, there is so much coming to you. It's just a matter of divine timing. And when we're working with divine timing, for people that are impatient, there is nothing more infuriating sometimes than divine timing. And I'm a Taurus, okay? I am methodical and patient as all hell. And when it comes to divine timing, there's just certain things where I'm just like, yo, universe, I'm gonna need you to speed it the hell up, you know? And so it's like, even for somebody that's like as patient as me, divine timing can be very, very difficult, especially when it's like you keep putting yourself out there and it just doesn't work out. You keep putting yourself out there with faith and hope and love and with these really good intentions, and it's just not working out. But it's not working out because of your protection as well. Okay, your month of April as well is ruled by the High Priestess right here. She is not going to let you connect to anybody that is not meant for you. You also have the card of Cancer right here. Cancer is ruled by the Moon. You also have the 11th house, the house of friendships, the house of collective. So this is saying like you are not a person that's not right for you is not going to stay in your life very long, but don't let that make you lose hope that in the fact that romance is coming to you. Okay, don't lose hope in that. That's very important. Pile for people in a relationship. Let's see here. Because that's the thing, like, even your spiritual team, even your high priestess is sick of seeing my singles like give their cup away with this page of cups right here in reverse, give their cup away, and it just ends up with this 5 of cups situation. It's like your spiritual team is sick of seeing it. And then for my, oh, look at this. For my pile fours in a relationship, it says give your relationship a chance, work on your partnership. So yeah, this is just all about relationships for this pile here. You may have even picked a different pile in this reading today. Then we have here, it is safe for you to love. Open your heart to give and receive the highest energy of all underneath the deck. So yeah, you may have even picked a different pile. And pile 4 may have just been calling to you because your relationship sector of your life really had a message for you. But essentially, for my pile 4s in a relationship, this is all about giving your relationship a chance and realizing that all is not lost. So it's almost like my singles and my in relationship people in pile 4. It's almost like you guys have a very similar message. Don't give up just yet. Don't give up just yet. You know, obviously, if your partner is acting a damn fool, being disrespectful, there's certain levels, okay? There's certain levels to this. Now, if your partner's acting a damn fool, being disrespectful, violating you, offending you, anything like that, you already know what to do. But I'm talking about like a relationship where it's like you do love this person, but maybe it's gotten difficult lately, or maybe you guys have lost that spark. Anything like that, you know, that you guys can come back from. Don't give up just yet. Don't give up. Some of you, this 5 of cups moment hasn't even happened yet, but you're anticipating that. For those of you in a relationship, you're anticipating a 5 of cups moment where you're looking back on like, damn, look at everything that I've lost. You don't have to lose anything yet. You haven't lost anything yet. And if you have lost certain relationships in your life with this 3 of cups in reverse right here, and this 11th house coming up, and this relationships card coming up, if you have lost certain relationships, it was not in vain. It was not for no reason. Those relationships had to be removed from your life so that the way the right relationships can come in. With this 11th house relationships card, page of cups, and this 3 of cups right here, this is saying that there is people that want to come in, that are destined to come in. So don't give up just yet. Even in your relationship, for those of you in a relationship, do not give up just yet. But a lot of your month of April will be you focusing in, hyper-focusing on your relationships. Yeah, don't make a decision just yet. Judgment in reverse. For those of you in a relationship, do not make a decision just yet. Like a decision where it's like it's permanent, you can't really go back on it. Don't make that decision just yet. Let's get one final message here from your spiritual team, so you can focus on your spiritual team, or focus on a question or an issue, anything like that, or just focus on the month if you want. And yeah, let's just get a final message from your spiritual team. Okay, so we have here the dollar, prosperity is within reach, or the sand dollar, prosperity is within reach, and sailboat, do not fight the wind, learn to sail with grace. Yeah, okay, so don't fight the way that things are going. Sail these waters with grace. Like I was saying, don't give up. You guys giving up, if you give up, that's you fighting the wind. Okay, and you're not going to win against the wind. Underneath the deck here, we have moonlight. Pause for a moment. Someone or something is not unveiling their entirety. So it's interesting. What have we been talking about your entire reading? And your spiritual team is just hammering down on that fact. Someone or something is not unveiling their entirety. So do not project. Okay? Don't think that you know. And then we got the moonlight card. The high priestess is ruled by the moon. But don't think that you know what's going on, because you don't. Someone or something is not unveiling their entirety. So pause for a moment. Don't give up just yet. Don't give up just yet and just start like getting frustrated with the situation. So you start projecting and getting an attitude and not wanting to pick up their phone calls. They could be going through something very serious right now that they don't even know how to find the words to explain it, or how to find the words to say, hey, I need help. So don't insert yourself into this right now, because it's not about you. And if this is happening on the opposite end, where your friends are doing this, where they're making some sort of situation that you're going through about them, it might be time to kind of separate yourself from these friends, because friends should not, and if you're going through this, my heart goes out to you, because I've dealt with that before in friendships, and it's like, it's the most agitating shit ever. Because it's like, first of all, I don't have to tell you every little thing that goes on in my personal life. And second of all, just because I don't share everything with you, that means that like we're not friends. You know, it's like some people, that's their definition of friendship, is like, we know everything about each other. I know your secrets. I know the bad stuff about you. I've never thought that that's like how you weigh a friendship. I never thought that that's a good way to weigh your friendship, you know, like the depth of your friendship. But some people, that's their definition of it, is like, we're only friends if I know everything about you. We're only friends if I know secrets about you, if I know things that other people don't know about you. And it is in your right to keep certain things to yourself, just like it's in their right to keep certain things to themselves. They don't have to reveal everything. And just because they're not revealing things doesn't mean that it's a mark against you and your friendship and what you bring to this friendship. It doesn't mean that. Some people just have to find their way of saying what they need to say, you know, and they might not even know how to handle it. Some people, they like to process on their own. So don't fight the wind. Learn to sail with grace, with the sailboat card right here. And prosperity is within reach. So very many of you guys too, this is kind of coming through as like a work message, maybe even from your spiritual team, just saying like, you guys have prosperity coming to you within reach. And prosperity for me just means success. It means prosperous. It means something working out. And we have the 11th house. Like I said, the 11th house is all about wishes granted, wishes fulfilled, as well as the collective and friendships, things like that, as well as other things the 11th house rules. But in a general gist, that's what the 11th house is about. And we've got prosperities within reach. This is just all about you guys sort of staying focused and not projecting too much of yourself into any sort of drama that's not even happening. Okay, so just be very careful of that. And you guys are going to have a prosperous April. It's just in your cards, you know? The only way you can't have a prosperous April is if you are fighting it, if you're fighting with the wind. So learn to sail with grace, okay? This is all that I'm seeing for my pile force. Thank you guys for tuning in. Let me take this time to thank your guides, my guides, our higher self, amazing spirit, for these messages. Hopefully you all come back to visit sometime soon. But until next time, you guys have a beautiful and blessed April. Stay safe, healthy, blessed, and keep conquering the world. Bye, guys. Pile 5, welcome to your reading. So we are starting with your tarot cards. I'm going to also be shuffling some oracle cards on camera later on, but anyways, yeah, the first 4 tarot cards here will just be showing me the general overall energy of what you can expect in the month of April. And these final 2 cards over here, this card to the left will be showing me some good news coming your way in the month of April. And the card all the way over here to the right will be showing me some hidden energies that you can't see that are working in the month of April. Okay, so let's get started. The very first card that we have here is the Knight of Wands in reverse. Then we have the Strength card also in reverse. And then we have the Fool card, also in reverse. And the World card, also in reverse. So you got 3 major arcana cards. So I can already see that this is a month that packs a lot of heat for you, pile 5. Not in a bad way. It's just, it may be very eventful, could be like physically eventful or just mentally or emotionally eventful, spiritually eventful, but it's going to be very eventful in some aspect of your life. It could be in multiple aspects of your life. So a lot of reversals for you as well, pile 5, which is very interesting. So there's definitely a carryover sort of energy for you into the month of April. You're still carrying some of that Pisces energy, but I'm not going to front. It seems like this passes within the first week of April or the first week of Aries season. It's like this month you just want you just want something different. You guys may have decided to give something or someone another shot, and it quickly turned into the same old tune. Pile 5, you needed or are getting some closure on a back and forth situation, and you may tell yourself in April, like, I'm done for real this time. Like, every time I give in and go back because this person or situation claims to be different, it ends up with the same outcome. You are really sick and tired of this with this World card in reverse right here. You are so sick. It's like you get to the end of the line and then or it's like you get to the front of the line and then you have to go all the way back all over again with this World card right here. And then we also have the Fool card right in front of the World card. Yeah, so this is like, wow. So this is like, even when you're at the front of the line, it's like, what am I doing here? And then you go all the way to the back of the line. You got to wait to get to the front of the line again before you start questioning, like, why am I here? What am I doing here? Why am I back here? Wow. Yeah, it's time for this to move in one way or another. You are really sick and tired of this. Some of you may even get physically ill from the back and forth in April. And I mean like a headache or like body aches or nausea. You may even lose your appetite. You may have very physical reactions to the situation. You may break out, but that's just your way of realizing that, okay, I need to stick to my guns. You gave in and you were on your way out with this Fool card in reverse and this Knight of Wands in reverse. And you may even be a little mad at yourself, like, why did I go back or try again? Why did I believe them? I was already on my way out. I don't know if you guys have ever seen The Sopranos before, but I forget who it was in the show, but he was like, every time I get out, they pull me back in. I feel like that's what happens in this situation with my pile 5s here. And you're wondering, like, why did I believe them again with the Strength card in reverse right here? You may try to blame yourself, but don't pile 5, because this is something that you needed to see or know for sure. That way you would know for certain, okay, there's nothing here for me. I'm not leaving anything behind here. I can move on in peace because I gave it my all and I really tried, but there's nothing here. I keep planting seeds and all that's sprouting over here are weeds. There's no life here. There's nothing here. There's nothing for me here. That needed to be something, like, even though you keep going through this back and like almost like a loop for you, pile 4, this was almost something that it needed to happen for you to know with conviction, without a doubt, that like, there's nothing for me here. Someone as well with the Strength card right here may feel like you are not giving them attention anymore, like you've pulled away. They may mention that to you or act a little desperate in trying to get your attention in the month of April. And I mean like crazy X style, like all the dramatics and everything with the Strength card right here, and Strength in reverse as well. And the Fool card is telling me, because it's in reverse, that this is a sudden change, but it's not a surprise. The Fool is ruled by Uranus, the planet of sudden changes and surprises, but because he and the rest of your cards are in reverse, this is telling me that the situation quickly resorts back to what made you walk away in the first place, but you're not shocked. I don't even see you upset about it. You're not expecting it. It's like, it can happen. You're not expecting it. You're hoping maybe things don't go back to how they were. You've never forgotten what the situation is capable of. You're very aware of what the situation or this person is capable of with the Strength card in reverse right here. But you're still not shocked by the fact that it goes back to how it used to be. For you, it's just kind of like okay, I gave this a shot. I wanted to see if things would be different, but it's like you get sick of yourself and you're just like, you know what? I have to be done. I'm done. After this, like, there's nothing that this person or situation can say to pull you back in, because you're just like, listen, I gave you a chance when I didn't even need to give you a chance. I gave you a shot and it wasn't even necessary. I gave you a shot knowing that this was probably going to go right back to how it always has been. And I still gave you a chance. And so the fact that you soured this chance, like, we don't even need to talk anymore. There's nothing to talk about. It's like you're getting to this point where it's just like, there's nothing to talk about. There's nothing to cry about, nothing to talk about. It's always going to go back to what it used to be. As far as your money goes as well this month, watch your spending, but have fun at the same time. I actually see here for some of you the need to live a little bit and maybe not be so tight with your money, like release some of it, spend some of it if you can and if you want with this world in reverse, because it'll actually help more money come back to you with this cycle here. But again, only if you can spend and feel intuitively like, I want to buy this or buy that, but you don't actually buy it because you're trying to be responsible with the Strength in this Fool card right here. So much of you is just trying to be responsible this month, and that's a really good thing, but that doesn't mean lose your personality or your spark, you know? But I get you because you want to handle things differently in April. You're just ready for new people, new friends, new money, new opportunities, new passion. I just feel like you guys were already ready for this new beginning. You were already focused on moving towards a new beginning, but something pulled you back in one final time. And now that that experiment is over for you, because it was kind of just like an experiment and you saw how it planned out or how it played out, you're just good and ready to move on. But also too, because we have the Fool and the World card here and they're both in reverse, I'm also saying as far as your money goes for some of you in the month of April, opportunities are going to come to you in the form of sacrifices. There's a lot of backwards energy for you in the month of April, pile 5. Opportunities will come to you in the form of sacrifices. So you may get approached where it's like, hey, you know, we could do this or make this much money, but it's going to cost you this much money to get involved, or you're going to have to invest this much money in order to make X amount of money. So it's like, it's weird. It's like, in order for you to get this, you got to give up that. There's like this backwards energy here where it's like you have to give first in order to receive, because it's like your cycle's backwards and you're flipping it around in the right way as you're moving forward. But it's like in April, it's still, your cycle's still working a little bit backwards where you have to give, and you have to give first in order to receive later. But you will end up receiving. It's just your cycle's just weird. You know, your cycle is just a little weird. Normally we receive first. That's why, you know, we have all the aces. That's why we have the aces that start out all the suits in tarot. The aces start first because we receive something first and then we start giving to initiate that cycle. But for you guys, it's like your cycle's a bit backwards. It's interesting. So let's check out your good news here. Oh, we've got the Chariot. Perfect. Okay. So another major arcana card. This is wild. So this is exactly what I was just kind of talking about. And as well as too, this is also saying that when you loosen your grip, things start moving fast. Some of you may be dealing with a Leo, Aquarius, Capricorn, or a Cancer here, since those are all the signs that we have here with the major arcana cards. But there's a bigger mystery playing out right in front of you this month of April, pile 5, and you should get really excited about that. A lot of you guys are excited just to move on, but you have zero clue what's waiting for you. And it's a lot. With this being 4 major arcana cards, this is no small move or next step. These are major life changes starting to happen for you, but you just needed clarity on which direction to move forward in versus putting your energy into this direction or that direction. You needed all of you to agree unanimously that, hey, I'm ready for this new beginning. And now that you are, things are starting to move. If some of you have a birthday in April, happy birthday, and just know that it won't be as boring or uneventful as you are thinking it will be. It'll be a lot more fun than you're expecting. So many of you guys just don't have any expectations. You're just kind of trying to move on. You know, I just really see you trying to move on, with this Chariot card here being the first card up right for you in your reading. And it's the card of movement. It's the card of action. It's the card of, I've made my decision, I've made my choice, and I'm ready to go. Like, I'm ready. You know, you're just so ready to go. It's like your bags are already packed and yeah, you're ready to go. Let's see the hidden energy here for you guys. We've got the 4 of Cups. Interesting. These are the only 2 upright cards for you guys. So the 4 of Cups right here, this option that keeps sucking you back in and away from all these other new beginnings will keep trying to tempt you or pull you back and away from where you are going. But there's no mistaking this for you now. Now you know exactly what this person or situation has to offer. There's no questions about it anymore. No questions at all. Don't keep entertaining them. In fact, in April, some of you are actually going to be blocking this person's number, and it's not out of anger, but just simply out of it's just simply so you can focus with this Chariot card right here. It's just simply out of what do you want? We have nothing to give each other. It's just like a what do you like, just confusion, like what do you want, so this person is stuck, and you're the only one that realizes that, and you're the one that's outgrowing them and this back and forth situation. This person is not outgrowing the situation because they themselves are stuck spiritually or mentally or emotionally or physically or all of the above. They're stuck in a certain scenario or part of their life or chapter in their life. And so for them, they're right at home in these stuck situations. You know what I mean? So it's like when you guys are doing this back and forth, for them, that's so natural to them. It's honestly really unnatural for them to be dealing with you, and you're just like, I'm done, I'm moving on. That's where it's weird for them. It's very weird for them. It's like they're confused with like, you're not okay with this being like a stuck situation. You're not okay with us doing what we always do, like the back and forth. And you're like, hell no. You guys are just not like, I don't know if you've ever heard of like, the phrase equally yoked. Whoever this is, if it's a friend, family member, business partner, romantic partner, whatever this is, you guys are not like equally mentally mature. It's different levels of maturity here. And it's different levels of you guys taking your future seriously. And some of you guys as well may be having like picnics or visiting some parks in the month of April. And if you can, pile 5, this is like a random message coming through, but take your shoes off and put your feet in the grass. My pile 5 is if you work with magic, rituals, intentions, things like that, I want you to focus on a ritual where you can use your feet in the 4 directions, north, south, east, and west, and focus on the north and the east when it comes to moving forward in your life. Get creative with it, have fun with it. And you can just face north or east and say some words like, I'm ready to move forward. I'm ready for my future. I'm walking into my future. I'm stepping into this. I'm stepping into that. And you can face south or west and say, I'm ready to let this or that go. I'm ready to release this. I'm ready to release that. I'm ready to sacrifice this or that. And like I said, get creative with it. Have fun with it. All right, pile 5. Let's check out the astrological influences impacting you this month of April. And so, this was 2 cards. So we have here Psyche. Wow. And Scorpio. Underneath the deck, we've got Virgo here. Crazy. I was just thinking of Virgo. Oh, probably because of the Scorpio symbol, it looks a lot like Virgo. Some of you may be dealing with a Scorpio or Virgo. And the symbols for this asteroid are roses, poetry, wildflowers, and butterflies. Okay, now I've got to read this paragraph out of the book. It says, Psyche points to other people's expectations of us. Who we are and how we should behave is suddenly a topic of conversation. The empathetic side of you might be internalizing this, but like the adage says, other people's opinions of you is none of your business. Very true. Your intuition is very heightened right now. It's as though you can feel the emotions of everyone around you. You have the gift of sensitivity, and this allows you to turn even the worst feelings into beauty and positivity, lead by example, and show that kindness goes further than spite. So with this combined with Scorpio's energy, I feel like this is you guys making up your mind with the Psyche combined with the Scorpio card right here, because Psyche is actually an asteroid. And the story about Psyche is that she was very, very beautiful. Eros loved her. He married her, but she was perceived to be more beautiful than Eros's mother, who's Aphrodite. Aphrodite is the goddess of beauty, right? So she wanted to get rid of Psyche. She tried plenty of times to do it. And I forget who it was, but somebody helped turn her into a goddess or an immortal. That the way she could live happily ever after with Eros forever. So it has a good ending to it. Actually, what I'm picking up with these 2 cards here is you guys really wanting to understand someone, really trying to understand someone. Yeah, we even have the 4 of Cups right here as your hidden energy. Yeah, you guys really do want to understand someone. You're trying to understand them, and you're trying to maybe even understand too, like, why this person is wasting your time, why they think it's okay to waste your time, things like that. But for sure, I feel like you guys have very clear sight into another person's shadow, into another person's unconscious, who is highly unaware of their own shadow and their own unconscious. But I feel like you guys can see straight through it. I feel like you guys have very clear vision, very clear sight, and you can see things that this person can't. Like I was talking about earlier, like this person's like, what's the big deal? We always do this back and forth thing. And you're looking from a different lens now where it's just like, no, I don't want to do this anymore. Like this isn't fun. And so, like I said, you're outgrowing the situation. You can see the problems in this situation. This other person cannot. And so what I'm picking up here with the Psyche and the Scorpio card here, with the Psyche and the Scorpio card here is that you're dealing with somebody who, like I said, they're just not on the same level with you, like mentally, and when it comes to maturity, they're just not on the same level with you. And you can see that. You can really see that. You can see the issues in this relationship, in this partnership, in this union. You can see the issues maybe even within this person. And I feel like you're just coming to this idea where it's just like, it's not my job to fix you. I'm gonna have to walk away. Some of you may have felt like you've been babysitting this person, whoever this is. You've been helping them mature. You've given them a lot of insight. You're sick of being that person. You're sick of being the only person with insight in the situation. This is somebody that really seriously needs to do their own work to figure out why they are how they are. And they just might not be open to that. Let's see some overall energy for your month of April, pile 5. And so we have here health. I will honor the physical vessel that enshrines my soul. This is all about your health, pile 5. This is all about your health and not even like physical health. Look, we've got guilt. I release any beliefs that no longer assist in my soul's growth. Like I was talking about, this is not, you can see the problem. And so, you can kind of also see the solution to the problem. And the solution is walking away, ending this cycle, closing this chapter, closing the book for good. But you may have a little bit of guilt because you're like, damn, like like I said, some of you guys feel like you've been babysitting a certain person or a certain situation, and you know that like without you, this person or situation is like lost. They're lost. They have no clue what to do with themselves. They like lack insight, they lack maturity, they lack awareness. And so you may deal with a little bit of guilt about having to leave this person behind, but you, pile 5, have got to put your health first. And this is not a healthy situation for you. It's not. Underneath the deck here, we have fear. I realize that I'm testing my resolve to live in the energy of love. You may be very afraid. You may be very afraid of the fact that you're going to end up feeling guilty about leaving this person behind or letting them, forcing them to figure out things on their own. But this is really important, pile 5. This is really necessary. There's honestly no other way for this person to mature on their own. With you around, it's almost like you enable them to not stand up for themselves. It's not that you're trying to enable them, but a part of you is just like, I can't keep being your caretaker, essentially. Let's get some romance cards for my singles and people in a relationship. And so we have here, for my singles first, let's do singles first. Pile 5, singles. Oops. All right. We've got pay attention to the red flags. The signs are cautioning you. Even for my singles, this card is coming up. So again, you guys, even my singles, some of you guys are just now getting back into the dating scene after maybe taking a hiatus from it, and getting to yourself, becoming more spiritual, really tapping into your own awareness. Even if it's not spirituality, you've been on a conscious journey and you've been tapping into your own awareness. And so you guys are dating as a completely different person now. And so you guys are a lot more hyper aware of people's psyche. You guys are a lot more hyper aware of people's shadow and the things that they are unconscious about. So the signs are cautioning you is telling me for my singles. And then underneath the deck, we've got deception. Look at that. Someone is wearing a false self mask in this relationship. This is the shit that you guys are able to pick out easily. My pile 5s, whether you're single or in a relationship, it's so easy for you to see this. It's so easy for you to see when a person is trying to deceive because they're really just lying to themselves. And it's so easy for you guys to see that. It's like, and so for you guys, my pile 5 singles, you might have a little bit more of a difficult time dating now because it's like, you can see so much more. It's like your third eye is so open. It's so wide open that it's like you can really see a person. And that may sort of throw a wrench into your dating routine in the month of April, where it's like and it's not going to throw a wrench into the situation, because if the person is right for you, if the person is meant for you, they're not going to turn you off in this way. But for my Pile 5 singles, it seems like it's very important for you to not deal with the person that is completely unaware. That's not an option for you. Or a person that is like deceiving themselves. That's just not an option for my Pile 5 singles. Let's get one for my, in a relationship. And then we have here, release your ex. The time has come to clear your energy. What were we talking about your entire reading? A back and forth situation with somebody, and you're finally just done. So for even those of you in a relationship, Pile 5, intuitively, if you know my relationship has not changed, it has not gotten any better, you already know what you need to do. Intuitively, you already know what you need to do. You need to walk away from this, because like I said, you're going to get to the front of the line, and then you're going to have to go all the way to the back of the line. You're going to get to the front, be like, why the hell am I here? And then have to go all the way to the back of the line. And then it's just too much back and forth. Underneath the deck, we have wedding. The situation involves marriage. So some of you guys are in a marriage, and this is why it may be difficult for you to just sort of get out of the relationship, because there's a lot more involved in terms of getting out of the relationship. It's not just as simple as packing up and leaving. But there is a closure that's trying to happen. So this is only for those of you intuitively that know or feel, hey, my relationship, my marriage is toxic. Okay? If you're happily married, obviously this message does not apply to you, and don't try to force it. Don't try to make it apply to you if you were in a happy situation. Okay, so it's not for you. But for those of you intuitively that are like, we just keep doing this back and forth, it's like we get somewhere, we take one step forward, two steps back. And it's not even one step forward, two steps back. It's like one step forward, one step back. You're not getting anywhere. And if that's the case, you already know what you need to do. You already know. I don't even need to tell you. You already know what this is. All right, Pile 5. Let's get some final messages from your spiritual team, so you guys can think of some messages, or you can think of a question, you can think of some issues in your life that you need some guidance or advice in. And I'm just going to be contacting your spiritual team and get some final messages from them for this month of April, anything that they want you to know. So you can focus on that right now as I shuffle. Very first card that we have, look at that. Look at that. Tsunami. It says, now's the time to confront your stressors. What are you avoiding? I think very many of you are confronting your stressors. I don't feel as though you guys are still stuck in this place where you're just like, let's do this. Let's just keep doing the back and forth. I feel like you guys are over this back and forth. But for some of you that find it difficult to kind of get out of this situation, really ask yourself what you're avoiding, because eventually it's going to come in like a tsunami and you're not going to be able to avoid it. It's all fun and games when we can keep avoiding stuff, right? Until we can't anymore. I should know. I've tried to avoid so many things in my life, and I've brought on my own tower moments, and it's just like, oh my God. Let's get one final message from your spiritual team. Look. I just hate when the cards are all over the place. It just, when I'm editing these and watching this back, I'm just like, oh, fix that card. It's like OCD for me. Okay, but we have here Poseidon. Emotions are intense. Be cautious of how you treat others. Yeah, we already knew this though. The emotions are very intense. It's not even that, like, it definitely could be that you guys' emotions are intense with the tsunami card right here. And underneath the deck, we have the starfish. Trust your instincts. You guys already know that you're not supposed to be in this situation. You're already aware of this. You know, like, you're already aware that this is just, it's not going to get any better. It's not. But the guilt here, or the emotions here may be the guilt. It may be the feeling of like, I have to put my own health first. I have to put my own self first. I have to put my own happiness first. I really have to prioritize myself. And this is the thing. You guys are really trusting your instincts, but it doesn't mean that there's not going to be a little bit of stress there, that there's not going to be a little bit of tension or challenge there, because the emotions are very intense. And it says be cautious of how you treat others. So be very careful that you're not taking this situation out on other people. Be careful that you're not even taking it out on this person or the situation that keeps sort of putting you right back in the same place where, like I said, you get to the front of the line and it's like you go all the way back. Be careful that you're not taking this out on other people because you're just frustrated and you're exhausted and you're tired. That's completely understandable, but just don't take it out on innocent bystanders because they literally have nothing to do with it, you know? This is just a call for you to get out of this situation. Especially if you can't help but to be short and snappy with other people, that is a sure sign you need to get out of the situation because you are not prioritizing yourself. You're not prioritizing your health. You're not prioritizing your own psyche. The card Psyche came out for your reading. The card Psyche. Out of all the astrological things that could have come out, whatever we could have had, all these different signs, the asteroid Psyche comes out for you. It's a mental thing. So these emotions are everything about this situation is playing into your mental. And this is why you have to prioritize your health first, because that means prioritizing your own mental health before everything else, before your guilt. That guilt is going to wash away eventually. Especially after you realize, like, I had to do this for me. The guilt is only there when you are right about to walk out of the door. Once you walk out of the door, the guilt is going to fall away because it's like, I had to do this. I needed to do this. I had no choice. The situation won't budge. The situation won't change. What do you expect me to do? So don't feel guilty about this, Pile 5. Very, very important in the month of April not to feel guilty about this. Like I said, you guys have 4 major arcana cards here. This is some major pivot moment right now that's happening for you in the month of April. We've got the 4 of Cups. Knight of Wands in reverse saying, I don't really want to do this, but 4 of Cups is saying, I know I need to. So what are you going to prioritize? It's very important for your month of April, Pile 5. But this is all that I'm seeing for you guys. Honestly, I'm really seeing a successful month as long as you don't allow this guilt to get to you and as long as you don't get too wrapped up in your own head and your own psyche. It's really important. If you don't get too wrapped up in your own head, you'll be fine. But the second that you start sitting around and thinking about stuff, that's when the stress is going to get to you. And that's when it's going to get unhealthy. That's when it's going to get toxic versus you just doing what you already know that you need to do. Okay, so just do what you know you need to do. Don't sit around and think about it too much. Just prioritize yourself, Pile 5. But this is all that I'm saying for you guys. Thank you guys for tuning in. Let me take this time to thank your beautiful guides, my beautiful guides, our higher self, amazing spirit for these messages. I pray that you guys have a beautiful and amazing month of April, and that you guys stay safe, healthy, blessed, and keep conquering the world. Bye, guys.